Have you been eating eggs the wrong way your whole life? You might be surprised. Eggs are one of the healthiest and most versatile foods, packed with protein, vitamins, and essential nutrients. But here's the shocking truth. Most people make critical mistakes when cooking, storing, or eating them. And these mistakes, they can reduce the nutrients in your eggs, ruin their taste, and even put your health at risk. In this video, we're exposing 8 common mistakes people make with eggs, and more importantly, how to fix them. Some of these may seem small, but trust me, the impact on your health and well-being is huge. Make sure to watch until the end, because avoiding these simple errors will help you get the most flavor, nutrition, and safety out of every egg you eat. Mistake number 1, eating expired or old eggs without realizing it. Have you ever cracked open an egg only to notice a strange smell or a watery, runny consistency? You might hesitate for a moment wondering if it's still safe to eat. But here's the truth. Eating eggs that are past their prime can not only ruin the taste of your meal, but also put your health at risk. Over time, eggs lose their freshness, nutrients break down, and bacteria like salmonella can start to develop. The problem is, most people don't realize their eggs have gone bad until it's too late. So how can you tell if an egg is still good? Forget expiration dates. There's a much easier and more reliable method, the float test. Simply fill a bowl with cold water and gently place your egg inside. If it sinks to the bottom and lays flat, it's fresh and safe to eat. If it stands upright but still touches the bottom, it's slightly older but can still be used soon. However, if it floats to the top, that's a clear sign that the egg has gone bad and should be thrown away immediately. This happens because as eggs age, the liquid inside slowly evaporates through the shell, creating a larger air pocket. The bigger the pocket, the more buoyant the egg becomes, hence the floating effect. Another warning sign? A strong sulfur-like smell when you crack the egg open, Mike. Fresh eggs have little to no odor, while expired ones release a distinct rotten smell that's impossible to ignore. If an egg smells even slightly off, don't take the risk. Toss it. But knowing when an egg has gone bad isn't enough. You also need to store them properly to keep them fresh for as long as possible. One of the biggest mistakes people make is storing eggs in the fridge door. It might seem like a convenient spot, but every time you open and close the door, the temperature fluctuates, causing eggs to spoil faster. Instead, always keep eggs in their original carton and store them in the coldest part of your fridge, ideally on the middle or back shelf. The carton protects the eggs from absorbing strong odors from other foods and helps maintain a stable temperature. By following these simple steps, you'll never have to second guess whether your eggs are still good. You'll enjoy fresher, better tasting eggs while avoiding unnecessary waste and potential health risks. Mistake number 2, storing eggs the wrong way. You might not think twice about where you place your eggs in the fridge, but improper storage can make them spoil much faster than you realize. Many people store their eggs in the refrigerator door, often because most fridges have a built-in egg compartment there. But here's the problem. That's actually the worst place to keep them. Every time you open and close the fridge, the temperature in the door fluctuates. These constant changes expose the eggs to warmth, speeding up spoilage and increasing the risk of bacterial growth. If you want your eggs to stay fresher for longer, keeping them in the right spot is key. So, what's the correct way to store eggs? First, always keep them in their original carton. You might be tempted to transfer them to a plastic container or a fridge door rack, but the carton helps protect eggs from absorbing strong odors from other foods and prevents moisture loss. Plus, it provides a stable environment that shields them from temperature changes. Next, place them on a middle or lower shelf in the back of the fridge. This is where the temperature stays the most consistent. Unlike the fridge door where eggs are exposed to frequent temperature shifts, the back of the fridge keeps them at a steady, cool temperature, which significantly extends their shelf life. One common question is whether eggs should be washed before storing. In the US, eggs are already cleaned before they reach stores, removing the natural protective coating. Washing them again at home can strip away any remaining barrier, making them more susceptible to bacteria. So unless an egg is visibly dirty, don't wash it before putting it in the fridge. By simply adjusting where and how you store your eggs, you can extend their freshness, preserve their quality, and reduce the risk of eating eggs that have gone bad. It's a small change, but one that makes a big difference in keeping your eggs safe and delicious. Mistake number 3, overcooking your eggs. Eggs are meant to be soft, fluffy, and full of nutrients, but if you're overcooking them, you're not only ruining their texture, but also destroying valuable vitamins and minerals. Overcooked eggs can become dry, rubbery, or even develop a strange greenish-gray ring around the yolk. That ring? It's not just unappetizing. It's a sign that your eggs have been exposed to too much heat, causing a chemical reaction between sulfur and iron in the egg. But texture and appearance aren't the only things at risk. High heat breaks down key nutrients in eggs like vitamin B12 and antioxidants. The longer you cook them, the fewer nutrients you get. So if you're eating eggs for their health benefits, overcooking them is a big mistake. So what's the right way to cook eggs to keep them delicious and nutritious? Hard-boiled eggs. The perfect cooking time is 7 to 9 minutes in boiling water. Any longer, and the yolk starts turning dry, chalky, and gray. To keep them soft and flavorful, immediately transfer them to an ice bath after boiling to stop the cooking process. Scrambled eggs. Keep the heat medium-low and stir frequently. Cooking too fast on high heat makes them dry and rubbery. For extra creaminess, turn off the heat when they're slightly undercooked. They'll continue cooking from residual heat. Fried eggs. Use low to medium heat to avoid burning the edges while keeping the yolk soft and runny. If you prefer a firm yolk, cover the pan with a lid for a minute instead of turning up the heat. Cooking eggs properly doesn't take extra effort. It just takes a little patience and the right temperature. When done right, your eggs will be soft, flavorful, and packed with all the nutrients your body needs. Mistake number 4, using too much butter or oil. A perfectly cooked egg should be rich, flavorful, and satisfying, but if you're using too much butter or oil, you might be turning a healthy meal into a calorie-heavy dish without realizing it. Many people love frying eggs in a generous amount of butter, thinking it enhances flavor and prevents sticking. While fat does add taste, overdoing it can drastically increase calorie and fat intake. Just 1 tablespoon of butter adds 100 extra calories and 11 grams of fat to your meal. If you eat eggs regularly, this habit can quickly add up, impacting your weight and heart health. The good news is that you don't have to eliminate fat entirely, just use it wisely. A non-stick pan allows you to cook eggs with little to no oil while still preventing sticking. If you prefer using fat, opt for healthier choices like olive oil or avocado oil, which contain beneficial unsaturated fats that support heart health. Another great option is to experiment with alternative cooking methods like poaching, boiling, or baking, which allow you to enjoy eggs without adding any extra fat at all. The key is balance. Using just enough fat to enhance flavor without overpowering the natural taste of the eggs. A few small adjustments can make your eggs lighter, healthier, and just as delicious, helping you get the most out of every bite. Mistake number 5, cracking eggs directly into the pan. Cracking an egg straight into a hot pan might seem like the quickest and easiest way to start cooking, but it's actually a habit that can lead to messy cooking, uneven results, and even potential health risks. Many people don't realize that this simple step can make a big difference in how their eggs turn out. One of the biggest issues with cracking eggs directly into the pan is the risk of eggshell contamination. No one wants to bite into a crunchy piece of shell while eating their breakfast, But when you crack eggs straight into a pan, tiny fragments can break off and get lost in your food. Fishing them out while the egg is already cooking is frustrating and often unsuccessful. More importantly, eggshells can carry harmful bacteria like salmonella, which can contaminate the food you're about to eat. Another problem is uneven cooking. When you crack an egg directly into a hot pan, the egg white can spread too quickly, leading to some parts cooking faster than others. This often results in an overcooked, crispy outer edge, while the yolk remains undercooked or even breaks apart unexpectedly. For scrambled eggs, adding eggs directly into the pan can lead to clumps instead of a smooth, fluffy texture because the eggs start cooking before they're evenly mixed. A much better and safer approach is to crack your eggs into a small bowl first. This simple step gives you a chance to check for shell fragments before they end up in your food. If any pieces break off, you can easily remove them before cooking. Inspect the egg for freshness. If the yolk looks off color or the egg has a strange smell, you'll know before adding it to your dish. Whisk and season the eggs properly if you're making scrambled eggs or an omelet. Mixing them first ensures an even texture and flavor. Control how you pour the egg into the pan, preventing it from spreading too much or breaking the yolk unintentionally. If you're frying eggs, gently sliding them from the bowl into the pan allows for more control over placement and cooking time. For poached eggs, cracking them into a bowl first is even more essential, as it helps you ease them into the hot water smoothly, creating a more uniform shape. Taking just a few extra seconds to crack your eggs into a bowl first might seem like a minor change, but it makes a huge difference in ensuring your eggs are safer, tastier, and perfectly cooked every time. Small adjustments like this can elevate your cooking and help you enjoy eggs the right way, without frustration or unnecessary risks. Mistake number 6, not washing your hands after handling raw eggs. Cracking an egg might seem like a simple, harmless step in cooking. But if you're not washing your hands immediately afterward, you could be spreading dangerous bacteria all over your kitchen without realizing it. Raw eggs, like other animal products, can carry salmonella, a bacteria that causes food poisoning, leading to stomach cramps, diarrhea, fever, and other serious health issues. And the biggest problem, cross-contamination. Many people assume that because eggs have a shell, they're naturally protected from bacteria. But in reality, bacteria can exist both inside and outside the egg. During the egg-laying process, eggs can be exposed to harmful bacteria. And even though eggs sold in the US are washed before reaching grocery stores, contamination can still occur during handling, packaging, and transportation. If you touch raw eggs and then go on to prepare other foods, handle kitchen utensils, or even rub your eyes, you're unknowingly spreading bacteria. Think about it. How many things do you touch in the kitchen after handling raw eggs? The refrigerator handle, spice jars, cutting boards, your phone, and even the faucet can all become contaminated. If you don't clean your hands properly, bacteria can transfer to other foods, increasing the risk of foodborne illness for you and your family. So, what's the best way to prevent this? Simply rinsing your hands with water isn't enough. You need to thoroughly wash them with warm water and soap for at least 20 seconds. Make sure to scrub between your fingers, under your nails, and the backs of your hands before rinsing and drying them with a clean towel. If you're handling multiple ingredients, especially fresh vegetables or raw meats, washing your hands between steps is crucial to avoid cross-contamination. But it's not just your hands that need attention. Any surfaces or utensils that have come into contact with raw eggs should be cleaned immediately. This includes mixing bowls, whisks, cutting boards, spatulas, countertops, and even the sink if you've discarded eggshells there. A quick wipe with a damp cloth isn't enough. Use hot soapy water or a disinfectant spray to properly sanitize the area. If an egg accidentally breaks on your countertop, clean the spill immediately and disinfect the surface to prevent bacteria from spreading. Another mistake people make is washing eggs before storing them. While it might seem like a good way to remove dirt or bacteria, washing eggs can actually strip away the natural protective coating on the shell, making them more vulnerable to contamination. Instead, store them as they are and only wash them right before use if necessary. Practicing good hygiene in the kitchen is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to protect yourself from foodborne illnesses. Washing your hands thoroughly and keeping your cooking space clean may seem like small habits, but they make a huge difference in preventing bacteria from spreading. Taking just a few extra seconds to clean up after handling raw eggs ensures that your meals are not only delicious, but also safe for you and your loved ones. Mistake number 7, throwing away the yolk. For years, egg yolks have gotten a bad reputation. Many people believe they're unhealthy because they contain cholesterol, leading them to discard the yolk and eat only the whites. But here's the truth. Throwing away the yolk means you're tossing out the most nutritious part of the egg. Yes, egg yolks do contain cholesterol, but modern research shows that dietary cholesterol from eggs has little effect on blood cholesterol levels for most people. In fact, the real culprits behind high cholesterol are trans fats and excessive processed foods, not whole natural foods like eggs. Unless your doctor has specifically advised you to limit cholesterol intake, avoiding egg yolks might actually be doing more harm than good. Egg yolks are packed with essential nutrients that your body needs. Vitamin D, which supports bone health and immune function. Choline, a crucial nutrient for brain function and memory. Omega-3 fatty acids, which are beneficial for heart health. Antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which help protect your eyes and reduce the risk of macular degeneration. B vitamins, iron, and healthy fats, which help with energy production and overall well-being. By skipping the yolk, you're missing out on these powerful nutrients and turning a nutrient-dense food into an incomplete source of nutrition. While egg whites are high in protein and low in calories, they lack the vitamins and healthy fats found in the yolk. The combination of both the yolk and the white is what makes eggs a truly balanced, complete food. If you're concerned about calories, there's a simple solution. Instead of eliminating yolks completely, try a balanced approach by using a mix of whole eggs and egg whites. For example, if you're making scrambled eggs or an omelet, use 1 whole egg and 2 additional egg whites to reduce calories while still getting the essential nutrients from the yolk. Ultimately, eggs are one of the most nutritious foods available, and eating the whole egg gives you the full range of benefits. Instead of fearing the yolk, embrace it as a natural source of vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats that can support your health in the long run. Don't let outdated myths stop you from getting the most out of this incredible superfood. Mistake number 8, not seasoning eggs the right way. Eggs are delicious on their own, but the way you season them can make all the difference between a bland, forgettable meal and one that's packed with flavor. Unfortunately, many people either skip seasoning entirely or overdo it, both of which can ruin the taste and texture of their eggs. One of the biggest mistakes is adding salt too early. When you add salt to raw eggs before cooking, especially for scrambled eggs, it can break down the proteins, making them watery and affecting their final texture. Instead, the best time to season your eggs is right before they finish cooking or even after they're plated. This way, you get perfectly soft, fluffy eggs without the excess moisture. On the other hand, some people go overboard with seasoning, adding too much salt or overpowering spices that drown out the natural taste of eggs. Eggs have a delicate, rich flavor that pairs well with a variety of ingredients, but too much seasoning, especially excess salt, can make them taste unbalanced. Instead of relying solely on salt, try enhancing their flavor with fresh herbs like chives, parsley, or basil. A pinch of paprika or black pepper can add depth, while a sprinkle of grated cheese can bring extra richness. If you want a bolder flavor without oversalting, consider using healthy add-ins like sautéed onions, mushrooms, or spinach. These not only elevate the taste of your eggs, but also add valuable nutrients. Another overlooked tip: experimenting with seasoning based on how you cook your eggs. Scrambled eggs benefit from a touch of creaminess with butter and a little salt, while poached eggs pair beautifully with black pepper and a dash of hot sauce. Hard-boiled eggs can be enhanced with a light sprinkle of sea salt or a touch of mustard for extra flavor. By seasoning eggs the right way, at the right time, and in the right amount, you can turn a simple meal into something truly delicious. Don't be afraid to experiment with different flavors, but always remember, the best seasoning is the one that enhances, not overpowers, the natural goodness of your eggs. Bonus tip: prioritizing quality over convenience. Why the eggs you choose matter more than you think. In today's world, food is more accessible than ever, and with so many options at the grocery store, it's easy to grab whatever is cheapest or most convenient. But when it comes to eggs, the quality of what you choose can make a significant difference in your health, the environment, and even animal welfare. Many people assume that an egg is just an egg, but research shows that how a hen is raised and what she eats directly affect the nutritional value of her eggs. Eggs from factory-farmed hens, often raised in overcrowded conditions and fed cheap processed feed, tend to have lower levels of essential nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and antioxidants. In contrast, pasture-raised eggs have been found to contain up to twice the amount of vitamin E, more omega-3s, and 3 to 6 times more vitamin D compared to conventionally farmed eggs. If you're eating eggs for their health benefits, choosing higher quality eggs means getting more nutrition in every bite. Beyond nutrition, the way eggs are produced matters. Most store-bought eggs come from large-scale industrial farms where hens live in cramped, stressful conditions, often confined to battery cages so small they can't even spread their wings. These environments weaken the hens' immune systems, requiring the routine use of antibiotics, which contributes to antibiotic resistance. Additionally, many of these hens are fed high soy and corn diets, often genetically modified, rather than their natural diet of grasses, seeds, and insects. This not only affects the health of the hens, but also reduces the nutritional value of their eggs. When buying eggs, it's important to understand what the labels actually mean. Terms like cage-free and free-range can be misleading. Cage-free simply means hens aren't kept in cages, but they're still crammed into large barns with little space to move. Free-range sounds better, but it only guarantees the hens have some access to the outdoors, without specifying how much time they actually spend outside. Organic eggs come from hens fed organic, non-GMO feed without antibiotics, but they may still be confined. The best option is pasture-raised eggs, where hens roam freely outdoors, eat a natural diet, and produce eggs that are far superior in taste and nutrition. While high-quality eggs might cost more, they offer better nutrition, superior flavor, and peace of mind knowing your food was ethically produced. You get more vitamins, better taste, and the satisfaction of supporting sustainable farming. If you already invest in organic vegetables, grass-fed meat, or high-quality coffee, why not prioritize eggs as well? Since eggs are a staple in most diets, choosing better quality ones ensures that you're getting the most out of this nutrient-dense food. Making the switch is simple. Look for pasture-raised on the label, buy from local farms when possible, and pay attention to yolk color. A deep orange yolk is a sign of a well-fed hen, while pale yellow yolks indicate lower quality feed. Even if it means spending a little more, you'll be making a choice that benefits your health, supports ethical farming, and contributes to a better food system. Instead of simply grabbing the cheapest option, take a moment to think about where your food comes from and the impact it has. By prioritizing quality over convenience, you're not just buying eggs, you're making a conscious decision to invest in better nutrition, better ethics, and a better future. And that's a choice worth making. Small changes, big impact. Eggs are one of the most simple yet powerful foods we have. Packed with nutrition, affordable, and incredibly versatile. But as we've seen, the way we handle, cook, and choose our eggs can make all the difference in their health benefits, taste, and even safety. By avoiding these common mistakes, you're not just making better eggs, you're making better choices for your health and well-being. Think about it. Something as small as storing your eggs properly, cooking them at the right temperature, or choosing higher quality eggs can have a lasting impact on how much nutrition your body absorbs. These aren't just cooking tips, they're small, mindful changes that add up over time. And it's not just about food, it's about a lifestyle where you take the time to care for what you eat, to choose quality over convenience, to be intentional about the little things that make a big difference. Because when you treat your food with care, you're treating yourself with care. So the next time you crack an egg, take a moment. Take a moment to appreciate its simplicity, its richness, its nourishment. Because when you know better, you do better. And every step you take toward a healthier, more mindful way of eating is a step toward a better, stronger, and more vibrant life. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Let's all start making the most of what we eat, one egg at a time.